tomorrow night.
What's up, guys? It's Nick Graham with GX3 Sports Performance here. I want to look at two of the home run leaders. Acuna's got 15, Ohtani's got 14, and one of the better pitchers in the league as well. So I just want to look at some of the similarities that they have in their swings that allows them to produce so much power and consistency. So I'll play both of them. So the two things we're going to look at that really mark a good swing is your rollover direction, okay, the point at what your top hand rolls over your bottom hand, and the angle at which your forearms get to before your rotation starts. All right. So we'll go with Ohtani first. We have a better angle on him. From the chest is the best way to see the forearm angle. So it's important to understand that we talk about keeping the weight back. Whenever we get into the hitting position or the launch position, that weight is centered between the legs. Okay, there's pressure in both legs, there's weight on both legs, it's evenly dispersed. Okay, you can see how Ohtani starts with the majority of his weight on his back leg, but throughout the swing, it gets to the front leg and it's spread out. Okay, so the angle in the forearms is what stretches the rubber band around the spine. Okay, so that's the first point of rotation, the hand shooting forward. So we're going to go back, and that is the last point of stretch and tension building in the swing. Okay, you can see how this front hip is still holding on the pitcher while this back hip is trying to go forward, shown by the knee starting to drive in. And you can see that the left hand, or the right hand in this case, the bottom hand, is trying to stay back here as the back elbow is driving forward. So if we're going to put an angle on this, okay, so if we're looking at the angle of the forearms, you have to mark the elbow, the hand, the elbow, and the hand, okay, because the hands are on the bat. That's the common point. You can see that that elbow is getting in front of a 90-degree angle, and that is putting the muscles on the backside in contraction and the muscles on the front side in stretch, ultimately driving both points of torque for a rotation. Okay, and then you'll see in the next couple frames that rotation will happen and at a very high acceleration. Okay. Now you see the second part that you see in a very good swing is the direction of rollover. And what that is showing is that the bat is accelerating forward, okay, and towards the direction that the ball is ending up going. Okay, if your bat is accelerating in a different direction than the ball ends up going, then you're not hitting it flush. In golf, it fade or slice. So you can see contact is made right here. And in the next frame, rollover starts. Okay, so in one frame, it extension point and then rollover, final extension point, and that's very soon after contact. Okay, so he is hitting the ball at close to maximum bat speed, and that is what produces the distance in the ball and the power in his swing. Okay, we'll look at it from the front side. So as soon as this heel gets down, right there, pay attention. His front hip is still pointed at the pitcher. He has not opened that hip up yet. In the next frame, it's starting to open. Okay, and you now pay attention to the right hand, the bottom hand. You'll see again that that's the first instance of rotation. Okay, that bottom hand starts to come forward, and you can see that back elbow is bent right here. It's slotted or connected. Okay, starting extension, and there's rollover. Okay, and that's arms straight out. Because your arms are only so long, because they're connected to your shoulders, and because they're both holding it back, your arms, they can only go out so far. And that rotation point is the end of the swing. The direction he's pointing is where the ball ends up. Slightly off center towards left center field. And that's exactly where the barrel is pointing. So he's getting the utmost energy into the ball out of his swing. And that's what produces. That's why he's leading in home run. One of the leaders in home runs. He's hitting the ball clean, and he's producing a lot of force into the bat. So we'll watch him again real quick. Okay, and let's go over to Acuna and see some of the similarities. We'll start from the side again. Okay, again, we'll find the first instance of rotation. Okay, right there. Okay, this video has a higher frame rate, so there's not as many blurs, so it's harder to tell. All right, but he's starting to rotate right here, bringing the left. In this case, bottom hand is left hand. He's bringing that forward. So we're going to measure the angle. Okay, so again, under 90 degrees, and the bottom hand is trying to hold its position as the elbow is driving forward, creating a tension contraction opposite, which is what's going to drive rotation. Okay, so as that elbow approaches 90, the body starts to get connected, and the difference between slightly above 90 and below 90 is the timing of the pitch, the location. Many factors go into it. There's not one angle that you want to get. It's a timing mechanism. Okay. So we'll delete this, get it out of there. And then we'll go to his rollover point. It's right here. Okay, and contact was right here. So you see he has a little bit further after contact till his rollover point. But the reason for that is the location of the pitch. Okay, Acuna is hitting an inside pitch. Ohtani was hitting an outside pitch. And that's going to affect the movement of your arms because the bat is so long. Okay. If you're trying to hit the ball in the barrel, you can't have your arms extended if the ball is closer to your body. It just, you can't. So you have to bring them in. But try the acceleration phase is going to be very similar. All right. And then after that rotation starts, then it's a hand-eye barrel to the ball. And there's not much more force being created. Okay. It's then a contact focus. All right. And then you can see again, rollover is gonna be towards left center where the ball ends up. And we'll look at it from the front again. Okay. You can see the first instance of rotation right here. You can see the elbow is tucked, connected, whatever you want to call it. And that's creating that angle. And then roll over points at where the ball is going. Okay. When there's a over rotation or a under rotation, that the barrel tip, the follow through, the rollover typically doesn't point at where the ball's going. All right, because the body's unbalanced and everything's not synced up. So you're not in line with what you're trying to do. Your body's not in line with where you're trying to hit the ball. Okay, once you see where the ball is pitched and you're trying to go that way, your body's going to line up if it's in sync. But so that's a key indicator of, are you on time? Are you squaring the ball up? And that's what you want to look for in video. So these two guys, what they do better than pretty much anybody in the world is they create tension in their body through these movements. Okay. You're tensing up the muscles on this side and you're contracting the muscles on this side. And with rotational properties, 2 points of torque are going to spin the body the fastest. And it also allows the bat to have the longest path of on the line of the pitch, which allows for consistency, a high percentage of hard hit balls, and that's what's going to help with home runs. So you can see that these guys do a lot of things correctly, a lot of things similar, and that's why they produce such power. Lefty, righty. Ohtani's a lot bigger than Acuna, but both producing big power numbers and both great hitters. So these similarities can be found in many great hitters. You could argue all of them, but look at some of your videos, see if you see these indicators. If you learn anything, give the video a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.